Hello everyone! Hopefully you're ready for another weekly workout at home. As always, you're going to need your weights, your chair, some water, probably some shoes just for balance. And we're just going to do normal boot camp style exercises with a little bit of balance and cardio and strength. So without further ado, let's get those knees up nice and high. Shoulders are back, core is active. The higher the knee, the better. Although I tore this hip, my good hip, yesterday. It was not while I was working out. It was not while I was gardening. I was in a very low kind of position, working in my garden, for sure. That's why I was in that position. But then my cat Smudge, he got tangled and I had to lurch forward and reach for him. And I tore my good hip. So now both hips are quite sore. So we'll see how well this goes today. I want you to lean forward a little bit and you're gonna do some butt kicks. Remember, the further you kick back, you don't have to hit your butt. It's just aiming in that general direction so that you can get the quads nice and loose. Feel that stretch in the front of the legs. Staying up nice and tall. Breathing deep. And you're going to turn those butt kicks into touchdowns. So your feet are about hips distance apart. You're working on depth. You push those hips back as far as possible and then squeeze those glutes, reach them up nice and high. Down nice and low, reach up high. You're trying to bend into the hips and the knees, getting a little bit lower each time. Try and get those arms right alongside the ears and as high as possible up towards the ceiling. As always, squeezing those glutes when you stand tall. Good, good. I want you to have a decently wide stance with your feet, arms up at shoulder height, and you're going to twist side to side. With this one, depending on if you get dizzy or not, you can have the head follow the body, or you can just keep it facing straight ahead. So if you're starting to feel a little bit woozy, don't move the head with the body, but you are, no matter what, lifting the heel of that leg so that you can get a little bit more twist in the spine while you protect the knee. Good. Feet are about hips distance apart. And you do some arm circles just to loosen up those shoulders, loosen up the arms and the chest. Core is still active. Try and get as close as possible to the ears. You don't have to match my speed at all. Watch your shoulders. If you have any issues with them, might be a little bit slower. One arm might be like this while the other one's close to the ear. That's okay. And we're going to change those into bear hugs. So it's the back that you're really going to feel the stretch. Try and build up a little bit of momentum to get those arms behind you. And you should feel the chest and the front of the shoulders stretching when you do that. Oh, that's Eve doing that. Meowing. We'll see what she wants. Good. We are going to warm up the inside of the legs as well. So what I want you to do is as wide as you can, as wide as comfortable. Have a chair handy if you need it. But you do want your feet about facing straight ahead. You're going to bend into one knee. You're going to reach as low as you can. And then you switch to the other side. So only one knee is bent at a time. And it's a decently slow movement because really what I want you to concentrate on is the push down towards the floor so you feel that stretch on the inside of the straight leg. Just a few more times. And good. You're going to baby step back into place and you can have some water. All right, I'm just going to grab my weights. Going to be in full neutral position. Feet are about hips distance apart. Shoulders are back and down. Squeezing your glutes. This is two separate movements. And it is the shoulder press that might be the problem for you. So when you do the bicep curl and then you go into the shoulder press, if your shoulders do not like that movement of getting it over the head, then you can just put one weight down and you do the bicep curl with one dumbbell, and then it comes up over the head, and do that. At any point, even halfway through, feel free to drop it down. Shoulders are back, bend the knees just a little bit, squeeze your glutes. You're gonna bicep curl, rotate out, shoulder press. Come back down. Bicep curl, rotate out, shoulder press. So your palm should be facing me when you do that shoulder press position. And it's kind of like that touchdown warm up. You want to get those arms as close to the ears as possible, reaching up nice and high. We have 8 more times left. Keep those glutes squeezed. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, don't worry about keeping up with me, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. So at any time, if you feel a little overwhelmed because the speed is a little bit too much, you just kind of keep going at your own pace, and it'll be more of a timed thing rather than reps, which is great. You're still getting the exercise that you need. You're going to need your chair. We're going to be doing front kicks as well as that sit-down squat. So you're kind of on the edge of your chair. Your feet are about hip distance apart. I want you to sit up nice and tall. Core is active. You're going to kick, kick, stand up, squeeze those glutes, and then come back down. Stand up, nice and tall. Your shoulders will come back and down every time you stand up. And you push those hips forward by activating the glutes. When you kick, you are trying to get as high as possible. You might feel that in the back of the legs and your hamstrings, and that's okay. Keep on going. 3, 2, and 1. So you're going to need the chair as well as your weights. We're going to do seated rows. So I'll show you a couple different angles for this position, but essentially you're going to scoot forward back to the edge of that chair. You need to be on the edge of the chair so you can bend forward. So whatever this looks like for you, that's where you want to stay. The only thing that moves is your arms. You're going to lift the weights up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift the elbows as high as possible, and then come back down. Okay, ready? Going 15 times. Come on up. 1, 2, pull the shoulders away from the ears. 4, 5, 6. This is a range of motion thing. 7, 8. You're trying to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those shoulders. 10, 5 left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. So second set, try not to lift the torso like this, okay? You're staying nice and low the whole time. It's only those elbows that are doing the movement. You can put those weights down. I'm going to move my chair out of the way just because I need a little bit of space here. We're doing just the jack. So it is a wide stance. Feet are straight ahead. It depends on how wide it is. If it's too wide, it won't work out so well, but you do need to have a decently broad stance to get those adductors involved. Arms up over the head. You're going to swoop down, bend the knees and the hips, and reach up over the head, squeeze the glutes. Swoop down as low as you can, up as high as you can. Here we go. Get some blood going, get the limbs going. Really reach up nice and high. 10, 9, 8. Don't forget about those glutes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. If you want to sit, have a little breather, have some water, that is totally fine. We're going to go again with all those exercises in that set. So you're going to grab your weights, 1 or 2 weights. Even halfway through, you can drop down to 1. Feet are butt hip distance apart. Bend the knees. Squeeze your glutes. Shoulders are rolled back and down. So you're in full neutral position. Bicep curl. Shoulder press. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, don't worry about speed. 5, 6. If you feel any sharp pain, drop down. 7 to one weight. 8. Are you squeezing your glutes? 9, because you should. 10, 11, a little bit of bend in the knees though. 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. Just put the weights right there. You're gonna need your chair. So again, this one's kind of on the edge. I mean, not too far because you don't want to sit down and have the chair not be there. But just enough so that you can be nice and tall in the spine, knees at a 90-degree angle, core is active, shoulders relaxed. We're going to do front kick and sit down squats. Ready? Let's go. Kick, kick, come up, squeeze those glutes, come back down. 2, 3. Try and pull that belly button into your spine the whole time, but you're still trying to breathe, so it is a little tricky. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 2, 11, and 12. Okay, you are staying in your chair, but you're going to need your weights, both of your weights. Definitely scooching forward, just so you have that range of motion to bend forward with the torso. You stay in this posture, and we're just doing seated row. Ready, set, go ahead. Lift those elbows up, squeeze the shoulders, come back down. Coming up, squeeze the shoulders, come back down. Keep going. 3, 4, 5, pull the shoulders away from the ears. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. You can put the weights aside, you can put the chair aside if you need that extra space, because we're doing just the jack. So it's a pretty wide stance with those feet, and you're going to swoop down, bend the hips and the knees, and up. Down and up. 1, 2. When you push those hips forward, squeeze the glutes. 4, push the hips back. 5, knees should never go over the toe. 6, 7, 8, stand tall. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good job, guys. You can have a seat, have some water, catch your breath. Okay, let's do that one more time. So this is third time. Muscles are getting pretty tired. So definitely if you feel any sharp pain in the neck or the shoulders or the lower back for this one, just put one weight down or get lighter weights and use those if you have to. If it's just difficult, still do it. Bend the knees, squeeze your glutes, bicep curl, shoulder press, come back down. Bicep curl, shoulder press, and again, 3, 4, keep those glutes squeezed, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, squeeze your shoulders back, 13, keep those glutes going, 14, and 15. Perfect. And put those weights down beside where your chair is going to be. Kind of on the edge, so your feet are about hip distance apart and 90-degree angle. Stay up nice and tall. Try not to lean back on this one. You're going to kick, kick, and then sit down squat. Did I get you? We're going to start for real right now. Ready, set, go ahead. Kick, kick, come on up. Squeeze those glutes. Come back down. Kick, kick, 2. If you want to make it harder, 3, put your hands on your shoulders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, try not to lean back. 9, 10, squeeze in the glutes. 11, and 12. Okay. Back to those bent over rows. Definitely on the edge of your chair here, just so you can bend forward at the hip. Concentrate on keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and then lifting the elbows as high as possible, because that's what's going to squeeze your scapulas together, your shoulder blades together. Ready, set, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, fight for that range of motion. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, last time with just the jack. So weights can go aside, maybe the chair. Decently wide stance with those feet. And I'm going to swoop down and up. Go ahead. Down and up. 1, 2, 3. Always hips first. 4, then the knees follow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, reach high, 14, last time, and good. So while you're sitting in your chair, having some water if you'd like, we're just going to do a quick stretch on the edge of your chair with that cross ankle stretch. So you're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, sitting up nice and tall. I want you to push forward, feel that butt stretch out, maybe a little bit of the lower back, possibly the knee joint if you have any knee issues. Do be careful with this one. You're just trying to feel a very deep stretch. Could be pretty uncomfortable, that's okay, but not sharp pain in the knee. If you have any ligament problems or issues, I might not like to externally rotate this way. Okay, leaning back, bring that leg down, switching to the other side. You sit up tall first, then I want you to lean forward. If you want it a little bit deeper, you can also kind of push down on that bent knee. But as you breathe, you inhale with that heart forward, you exhale, hinge at the hip a little bit. Inhale, you straighten that spine. Exhale, lean forward a little bit. Even if you can't see it, breathe into that stretch. Lean back first, then release the leg, and you can come on up. So for this one, if you're on floor and not carpet, definitely put your chair against a couch or something that doesn't move, like a wall. We're going to be doing those step out chair burpees. So you definitely are going to be putting weight on the chair. The thing is though, is that when you are doing these burpees, the chair itself shouldn't push forward even if it's not against something. What we like to do is we go way out here and we're pushing that chair like this. That should never happen. Pretty much you're always dead center over top of that chair with your forearms. So when I step out, I'm pushing straight down into that chair and then standing up. That is the lower version, the harder version. The nicer version, but watch the wrists, is to have straight arm. Step out, step in, stand up, squeeze the glutes as always. So your choice, this one, or forearms, out, in, then up. It's a little tricky on the back and the hips. You can absolutely start with going down low on your forearms, and then at any point move to straight arms if it's too difficult for the knees and the back. Okay? Ready, set, go ahead. Down, step out, step in, squeeze those glutes up, out, in, and up. If you're interested in a little bit more cardio, a little bit more pressure on the knees, then you're going to step out, step in. You can do a little bit of a jump. Not a big one, but just enough that you leave the air, jump into the air just a little bit, and that'll move those thighs quite a bit more. Last time. And good. Okay. So this next one is going to be shoulders. We're going to be doing side raises. So if you have really heavy weight and you cannot do side raises, what I want you to do is take one dumbbell and you're doing a frontal raise instead. So it'll look like this. You're only at shoulder height when you're doing that motion. If you have the lighter weight, or if you want to try out the side raise and then eventually gets too heavy, you can move into a frontal raise. Full neutral position, feet are butt hip distance apart, shoulders are back, core is active, squeeze your glutes, and go ahead, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Perfect. You can put those weights down. This one, I'm going to bring the chair here, just in case you need it. This is going to be reverse lunges. So with reverse lunges, if you have the balance to be in full neutral position, and you just take a big step back, bend into both front and back knee, and then stand up, great. That's what you're going to be doing. If you have bad knees or balance issues, 100% you're going to step very, very close to the chair. Not here, that's too far away. You're super, super close so you can stay upright, and you just take a step back and dip down. My torso is parallel with that chair, always. So don't bend forward like this. You can also choose depth with the chair because you have that for assistance. So you can take a step back, maybe just a little bit of a bend, and then come up. It's a baby lunge. You choose. Ready, set, go ahead. Step back, knee bend of any kind, and up. Switch to the other side. Down and up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pull the belly button into your spine, 8, 9, 10, we have 4 left, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out those legs. Good, good. Breathe. All right. This next one, you are only going to need one dumbbell. Feet are definitely shoulder distance apart, if not a little bit wider. Mostly because I don't want you to smack yourself in your knee. So with that weight, it is held sideways. You're going to swoop down, bend the hips and knees, and then push those hips forward. And when you push those hips forward, it'll propel that weight upward. So the hips go back, and then push, back, push. Don't do this. It is not a lower back exercise. It's all in the hips, and then the hip thrust. Ready? Set. Go ahead. Hips go back. Squeeze those glutes. Back. Push forward. Little bit of power involved. 4, 5. Don't let go of the weight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good job. Have some water. Use the chair to just sit and relax. Catch your breath. Don't drink too much water though, in case you already have. Sorry about that. Because we're going to go back to those chair burpees. So you don't want that, coming back up and then having to swallow it again. I mean, it's not the worst thing that you have to re-swallow, just plain water, but still try to avoid it if you can. So we're back to those chair burpees. What did your back say last time? What did your shoulders say? If you can manage it, you're on the forearms because that is harder. If knees don't like it because it's just too deep, then you're on straight arms. If this hurts to go back and then come in with those wrists, absolutely feel free to make fists. So it looks like this. It's tricky because your fingers are kind of in there, but it will help because your wrists won't be flexed to do that movement. So at your own pace, do be careful because you're at home and I can't see what you're doing. But I'm trusting you guys. We've done this a gazillion times. Core is active, squeezing your glutes, shoulders are back, and go ahead. Down, in, and up. Down, in, and up. Keep going. 3, 4, 5. If you'd like, you can add a jump at the end, like this. 6, 7, 8, but the core has to be really active. 9, squeezing the glutes the whole time. 10, when you're in that jump. 11, last time. And 12. Perfect. Okay, so once again, if you have decently light weight, it's going to be the side raises. If you do not have a light weight or you have shoulder issues, one dumbbell will be held sideways to do those frontal raises. We're going for 12 reps. With this one, because it is a little bit tricky, just do as many reps as you can, okay? Stay safe. Bend the knees, squeeze your glutes, shoulders are back, and go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, squeeze your glutes, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good job. These reverse lunges, if you need that chair, for balance or for depth, either one. You have that chair nice and close. Otherwise, just have it handy in case, you really fall over, but it's going to be alternating reverse lunges. Nice and tall, shoulders are back, and go ahead. 1, 2, chest is forward the whole time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's a big step back. 8, and then you choose depth. 9, 10, 11, shoulders are back, 12, 13, last one, and 14. Good. Shaking out those legs. Perfect. Okay. Uh-oh. What was it? I don't have you guys to help me out here. It was those, something. Oh no. I totally did just blank on what we were doing. Because we moved the chair out of the way? Did we use the chair? If you're yelling at me right now, thank you for that. I do appreciate it. Oh, there it is. It's there. I got it. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I do. I heard you. I heard you. Nice wide stance with those feet. Just the one weight we're going to swing between the legs. So as always, hips go back, bend the knees, push those hips forward. It's all in that momentum, the power. Ready? Set. Go ahead. Back and push forward. Back, push forward. Don't let the back do this. Okay, that chest is always forward. Heart's facing me. If you're facing the laptop or TV or whatever. 10 left. 10. 9. 8. Keep that speed. 7. 6, because that's what builds momentum. 5. 4. 3. 2. And good. Now you can have some water. And if you'd like, just sit in your chair and relax and catch your breath. Because we're going to do that one more time. Smudgy! Smudgy's coming. Where is he? Hi, Smudge. Good boy. Okay, you guys ready? So I kick my cat, as always, usually in the way. So, it's going to be a forearm burpee or a straight arm burpee. You can just step out, step in, stand up, or we can add a little bit of the jump, or a little bit of both, whatever you need to do. We're in 12 times. Ready, set, go ahead. Down, step out, step in, stand up, squeeze those glutes. Out, in, reach nice and high. Out, in, or you can jump. 4. If this gets too hard, especially third set. 5, you can do this, hands out. 6, you're still stepping out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good job, everybody. Last time is the side raise or one dumbbell frontal raise. Even halfway through the set, feel free to modify. Feet about hips distance apart. Shoulders are back and down. And go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, anywhere here to 12. You can stop. 11 and 12. Beautiful. If you need the chair, kick your cat off and use the chair. Otherwise, normal reverse lunges. Standing nice and tall regardless. And go ahead. Step back and up. 1, 2, bending into both the front and the back knee. 3, but depth is up to you. 4, 5, pull that belly button into your spine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Shake those legs out. Grab onto one dumbbell. Wide stance to the feet. This is last time. It's all about power. You might be tired, but you definitely have that glute strength to punch the hips forward, and that'll lift the weight up. Keep your heart facing me the whole time. Don't do this. Ready? Hips go back, down, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. Have some water if you'd like. We're going to do some balance stuff. A little bit of stretching. I'm just going to check the time here. Oh, good. Got lots of time. Okay. So what I want you to do is a hamstring stretch using the chair. So if you're at home alone, big time balance issues, can't get the hip up nice and high, don't worry about it. You're just going to do this on the floor. But the deeper version is using the chair. So I do want you right beside a wall or a couch that does not move, and you're going to put your foot on the chair, toe pointing up, knees straight. If you cannot get the leg up this high, or you're like, I'm alone, that's a little sketchy, all I want you to do is have that foot out in front of you, still using the wall for balance, and you're going to reach forward like this. Your choice. You're not locking that knee in place. You do have a slight bend in the knee, toe pointing up, and one hand can be on the wall while you're reaching forward with the other. Preferably, it's opposite hand, reaching for that foot. So it's my right foot, my left hand is reaching across the body. On your next exhale, I want you to pull that toe towards you. Feel that stretch deepen. If you have the balance, both hands can reach forward to grab onto that foot. Try and relax the shoulders away from the ears. The torso comes up first, then bend the knee, then bring it down, and switch to the other side. So again, if you're not using the chair, it'll look like this. You're reaching forward, the toe is still pointing up. Everything is exactly the same. It's just not on the chair. So with this one, you'll probably have to turn the chair the other direction if you want to use the wall, because it'll be the left foot, right hand reaching forward. If you have the balance, it'll be both legs reaching for that chair anyways. So once again, once you're in that posture, I want you to pull that toe towards you. On the next exhale, try and hinge a little bit deeper into that hip. Feel that stretch. Torso comes up first, bend the knee, and then bring it back down. Perfect. So we're going to do tree pose before we get down onto the floor. So I'm going to have you either stand beside the wall like we're doing, or use that chair just in case you need it. So there's a few different versions to do tree pose with. I walk you through all of them. Essentially what I want you to do is I want you to stand, shift all of your weight to your right side. If you'd like to do kickstand, the toe is on the ground, the heel is off the floor. That is a balance posture. You can also just have 2-finger touch on the chair. You don't have to grab onto it. You grab onto it and now the brain doesn't have to do anything. I'm just kind of like, chilling out. Okay? So what I'm looking for is as much balance as you can safely do. So it's a 2-finger touch to bring that brain to be like, okay, you're safe if you have to grab the chair, but try to stand on that one foot. If you can handle it, then it'll be no hands, and you can work that foot up as far as possible. So it'll probably be coming to tree pose in this posture, which is below the knee, not on the knee joint itself. If you have crazy hip flexibility, then you can lift that foot up to the inner thigh for tree pose. Again, if you need that 2-finger touch, feel free. Or you can bring your hands into a prayer posture. So probably what I'd like you to safely do today is that middle ground one, where if you ever need it, you just kind of tap that chair, but you're a little bit of bend in that knee, squeezing the glute, you're nice and tall, hands coming together, breathing nice and deep. Find a spot on the floor about 6 feet in front of you that's not moving. There's my bad hip, just give out on me. And good. Hands can come, release the foot, shake out that hip. You get a lot of tension going on from balancing on that one leg. And you're going to switch to that other side. So again, you're shifting all of your weight onto that left side. If you'd like, you can simply kickstand. So the toe always is on the ground, heel is up, slight bend in this knee, squeezing the glutes, tall in the spine. That will help a lot. Of course, I'm in the chair there. 2-finger touch. Don't grab onto it. Practice that. If you want to go a little bit more into it, I suggest just that middle one where you're not actually on the knee joint itself, you're just below it. Hands coming to a prayer pose, shoulders relaxed, away from the ears, and if you need to, you can just have that chair beside you on either side, it does not matter, or a wall to try to balance. One more deep inhale and exhale, and you can release the hands and the feet and just shake them out. Good. So if you need the chair to get down on the floor, don't forget your weights for anybody. I would suggest just kind of plopping them down on the ground. But if you do need the chair to get down, bad knees, bad hips, something like that, absolutely feel free. Pretty much your hand's going to go back on the chair like we were doing those chair burpees, and then you're going to bend into the knees so you can come down. If you've had knee surgery on one knee and you can't put pressure on it, that's okay, because your hands come down almost immediately to help you into that posture. However way is comfortable for you, you're going to make your way onto the ground, and I will lower this for you so you can see what I'm doing. All right, how much time I got left? I got about 20 minutes. Okie dokie. So, what we're going to be doing first is a little bit of core, a little bit of chest. We're going to be doing chest fly with the legs in the air. So I want you to tuck your shoulders underneath you. Core is pushed down towards the floor, squeezing those glutes. You're going to grab your weights, lift them up towards the ceiling, palms face each other. The chest fly itself, you're going to flare out, the upper arms touch the ground, and then you're going to come in. At no point should that weight touch the floor. Even if it's really light, tendency is going to want to be doing this and then come up. Don't do that. You'll hurt your bicep. Always a slight bend in the elbow. Next, you can stay like this. That's totally fine. If you'd like to, you can lift the feet in the air. The knees are bent at 90-degree angle, feet are together, core is active, and then you're going to be doing that chest fly. You can also extend those legs out in front of you. Okay? Your choice. Ready? Set, go ahead. Down and up. 1, squeeze the glutes if you're like this. 2, 3, if you have the knees like this. 4, 90-degree angle. 5, in those knees. 6, or you can straighten those legs. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, at any point you can come down like this, 13, 14, and 15. Those weights go down to the floor. So mostly it's up to your back. Your back will let you know what it likes, what it doesn't like. You push that limit, and when it gives you that warning sign, you modify down, and modify down as needed. I'm just going to bring this up just a smidgen so that you can see, hopefully, all of me. I got really long legs. I am sorry. Apologize for that. We're going to do a core exercise for this one. So, essentially, this is 2 separate movements. It's a crunch and then a bridge. And you'll probably inchworm your way along the carpet for this one. You cannot do it at the same time. You can try, but you'll see what I mean in 1 second. It's not going to be possible. So your hands are going to be behind your head, And this is a brain exercise. This is why I'm making you do this. This is to fight dementia and Alzheimer's. Squeeze your glutes. Core is active. What I want you to do is crunch up towards the knees. Come down. Head has to be down so you can bridge hip lift up. You can't do both at the same time. So it's a crunch and then bridge. Go ahead. Crunch and bridge. You're lifting as high as possible with those hips. Try to pull the belly button into your spine. And like I said, you'll just slowly inchworm your way towards your furniture. And we'll have to scoot back at the end of this round. 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm gonna scoot on back over here, and we're gonna be doing skull crushers. So definitely keep your feet on the ground, knees are bent, squeeze your glutes, push the belly button into the floor. Those weights go straight up towards the ceiling. The palms face each other, very much like the chest fly, but it's a wide stance of those dumbbells because I want those dumbbells to come right beside the ears, and then they come up towards the ceiling. So they shouldn't be here. That's the main one that people like to do. So that's why it's called a skull crusher, is because those weights are right beside your skull. Don't close your eyes. This is not nap time. Squeeze those glutes and go ahead. Down and up. Down and up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Weights can come back down. We're just going to be doing normal cross crunches. So with those cross crunches, as always, the feet can be in the air the whole time so that when you cross opposite elbow to opposite knee, the other leg goes straight out as far as possible, and then you switch. Or if your back doesn't like that, you keep the feet on the ground. You're going to cross crunch up, come back down, cross crunch up, come back down. At any point, even halfway through, you can modify. Ready, set, go ahead. Cross, 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 cross. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Bring the feet down, breathe through the belly. If you'd like, you can straighten your legs too and just kind of rock your feet side to side. That'll help release everything. Okay, back to that chest fly. Feet will be in the air or on the floor. Grabbing onto those weights, lift them up, palms face each other. You can stay in this posture, or you can have bent knees. Hardest version, straight legs. Your choice. Go ahead. Down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If that hurts, do this. 9, 10, 11, 12. If your back starts to come into play, put it down like this. 13. You're in full neutral position. Last time. And good. Weights can come down. I'm just going to start forward because I'm going to be scooting my way that way. So this is the crunch bridge. Completely separate. A little bit of brain exercise here. Hands behind your head. Crunch up and then bridge. 1, 2, try not to reef on your head. 3, 4, as always, squeeze those glutes when you come up. 5 in the bridge. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Whew. It's gonna moved a lot in that one. Okay. I mean, the nice thing is that it'll be like a slow smush into something, so you'll see it coming. Grab onto those weights, back to the skull crusher. So your knees are definitely bent, just so you can put your lower spine into neutral. Lift the weights up. It's a wide stance with those dumbbells, and skull crusher down and up. 1, 2, squeeze those glutes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. You can bring those weights down. As always with those cross crunches, even halfway through, you can bring the feet down on the floor like this. Hands behind your head. If your legs are starting in the air, they'll start like this. And go ahead. Crunch and switch. 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 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Breathe through the belly. You can kind of rock the knees side to side, or you can straighten the legs and rock the feet side to side. We're going to do that one more time. So I want you to grab those weights. 3rd time around. So if your back starts to get tired, modify those feet. You can start like this, or like this, or like this. Lift the weights up, palms face each other, and chest fly down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Beautiful. Breathe. How much room do I have here? I'm just going to scoot forward. Just be careful. Okay. One more time with that inchworm. Hands behind your head. I want you to crunch up and bridge. Up, bridge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, last 2, 14, and 15. Good. If you'd like, you can straighten those legs, rock the feet side to side. Also, I'm going to scoot forward again. Okay. For those skull crushers. So make sure the knees are definitely bent here and the feet are on the ground, because I need you to anchor that belly button to your spine. Squeeze in the glutes. Lift the weights up towards the ceiling. Skull crusher down and up. 1, 2. The harder you squeeze the glutes, the better. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. Core exercise here with those cross crunches. So as always, feel free to do this one. Or legs are in the air. Ready, set, go ahead. Cross, 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 cross. 3, 4, 5. Fully extend that leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Breathe deep. I'm going to get you to move those weights out of the way. Palms are going to be facing down, so you stretch out your chest and your shoulder. I'm going to get you to lift the feet in the air. So your feet are together, knees are bent to 90-degree angle, and you're going to drop both legs to the right. Can you see me? Yeah, most of me. Okay, so what you're trying to do is get your knees, if they look like this, you're trying to get the bottom knee down towards the floor. The other thing is that my knees are not stacked right now. So take a nice deep inhale, and when you exhale, you push the hip forward. When you push the hip forward, then your knees stack on top of each other. You're also trying to get a twist in the upper spine. So on your next exhale, I want you to push both shoulder blades into the ground. Trying to breathe as deep as possible. Feel that stretch. Keep the feet on the floor to come back to center. Then once you're back to center, I want you to lift the feet back up, and you're going to drop both feet to the other side. So take a nice deep breath as much as you can. The rib cage does get in the way. And then you push the hips forward. Hips are forward, knees stack. Deep inhale. And on your next exhale, you twist the upper back so that the shoulder blade can come down towards the floor. With every exhale, try to get a little bit more range of motion in the spine. Keep the feet on the ground, very gently coming back to center. You're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. And then you're going to roll onto your side so that you can make your way onto your stomach. We're just going to do some back extension here into child's pose to stretch and strengthen the lower back. So once you lie down on the ground, don't use your legs, don't use your glutes. Elbows are tucked right beside your ribs. I want you to relax the head down onto the floor. You're going to lift the head, lift the shoulders. Don't use your arms. Do not use your legs. If your heels come up, you're using your glutes. So when you're up here, drop the legs. You'll feel your lower back have to work a lot harder. Relax down. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. Come back down. Last time, lift up. And relax down. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Push back, wide stance with the knees. Feet come together, and you're pushing back into child's pose. Try and relax the head down towards the floor. Push those hips back with every exhale. Hands come underneath your shoulders, any way that's comfortable. So it might look like this, and you're just trying to push gently back. Or if you can manage it, you might come up like this. So what you're trying to do is get as low as you can, butt to heels. Feel stretching your knees, sitting up nice and tall. And then any way that is comfortable, if you have to crawl over to a chair or a couch or something like that for assistance, do so. I do not want you to hurt yourself at the very end of the boot camp. Or you can just come onto your hands and knees, and you can tuck those toes under, get one leg underneath you, and then come up to a standing position. The last stretch that we're going to be doing is a calf stretch. So for sure, you're going to use the wall. If you have a wall, that's what I want you to use. It'll look like this. Your right toe is going to be as high as possible on that wall, heel on the ground, the knee is straight, and I want you to push that hip bone forward as close as you can get to the wall. If this was the wall, this right here, it'll look like this. Toe nice and high, heel on the ground, knee is straight. I want this hip bone, not your head. This doesn't mean you're touching the wall, okay? I want this hip bone pushing forward. And it might never touch the wall. That is okay. I just want you to feel that stretch in the calf, feel in the back of the knee. If it starts to loosen up, you can step back and try and lift up a little bit higher again there. And switching to other sides. The toe nice and high, knee is straight, push forward, feel that stretch. And you're good. So, I did post a while back when I was first doing these videos, just like quick stretches you can do. I think it was maybe 5 minutes where you get your calves and your quads and your chest. So at any point during the week, that's what I want you to try to do, is just get your stretching in. If you're going for a walk, it's a perfect one to end with because you're stretching the whole body after you just did cardio. But since I'm not seeing you guys twice a week, you should probably do this workout twice a week. I know, I'm so funny. If you can, it would be really good for your body, and it would be really, really great for when we're back to twice a week for your body to not go into shock. But you know, you're alone, and I'm not there to make you do it. So I'm happy that you're doing just one, okay? I'm very proud of everybody. So if you do just one, great. But if you can, twice a week. So we can prep for like whenever we're back together again. So I hope you had a great time. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to hear them, and I'll try and get Even Smudge to bring some more cameos in the next time we do this. So bye for now, everybody. I'll see you soon.